Hey folks, I'm sure you've heard the buzz. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but it's huge. Ripple has announced a $1 billion XRP treasury through Evernorth. This is immense, okay? This is already the biggest XRP treasury out there. But talk about a company putting its money where its mouth is. There's been FUD in the past that says Ripple owns all the XRP. If they really owned all the XRP, why would they need to buy $1 billion? Couldn't they just move some over from the escrow? I think this starts to give a little more credibility to the idea that that escrow, which is half of the total supply of XRP, about 50 billion XRP, has been pre-allocated to other countries, other financial institutions around the world as a way to help create that level playing field that you hear President Trump talking about, that since the beginning of Ripple, they've been talking about that level playing field. And so now you see Ripple come out with Evernorth, and interesting to find who are some of the backers of Evernorth. There's two in particular, Arrington Capital and was it the, oh my God, I forgot. It's the second largest bank in Japan. I'll get that for you in a second. But both those banks have invested heavily. Those financial institutions have invested heavily into this Evernorth, along with Ripple, because they want to be part of the action. So let's read up a little bit about this, but it's not the only thing. There must have been 5 big things happening in just the last 2 days. And in spite of the market being down, or, just kind of waffling down at its lows, XRP is currently at 244. There's nothing but red at cryptobubbles.com. So it's just one of those things where it's like, it's not about the price, guys. It's about the tangible, not just movements, the tangible action that's taking place to move the crypto space forward. So let's take a quick look at this Evernorth announcement. So this is in from Blockworks. It says Ripple-backed Evernorth aims to raise over $1 billion for XRP treasury. And it says Evernorth's merger with Armada Acquisition seeks to create the largest institutional XRP vehicle and expand token adoption. Let's read on. And this was just on the 20th of October. They go on to say that Evernorth Holdings Incorporated, a new Nevada-based digital asset company backed by Ripple, announced that it will go public through a merger with Armada Acquisition Corporation, a NASDAQ-listed SPAC. Special Acquisitions Corporation is what that is. The transaction unanimously approved by both boards is expected to raise more than $1 billion in gross proceeds and close in the first quarter of 2026. So they want to move quickly to try to acquire XRP at a good price. Subject to customary approvals, upon closing, the combined company will operate as Evernorth and trade under the ticker symbol XRPN. Pretty good ticker. So they go on to say investors include SBI. Okay, there was the second largest bank in Japan, SBI Holdings, which is contributing $200 million. That's about a fifth, right? Alongside Ripple, Pantera Capital. That is huge. Kraken. You know who Kraken is. GSR and Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen himself. Net proceeds will primarily fund open market purchases of XRP to establish what the company says will be the world's leading institutional XRP treasury, with remaining funds allocated to operations and general corporate purposes. I want you to keep in mind that Chris Larsen investment in Evernorth. We're going to talk a little bit on another video about how FUD is created, how people mischaracterize on purpose the steps and the actions Ripple takes to always point, or at least depict them in the worst possible light. And so in this particular instance, though, they put their foot in their own mouth very quickly. But I want to show it to you because there's a lot of FUD right now. But this is a huge development, guys. They really believe in their ecosystem with XRP. For those people who say, well, they don't need XRP, they're not going to use XRP. Well, they have RLUSD. That's going to replace XRP. This Linea with Swift is going to replace XRP. No, Chainlink is better than XRP. Oh, no, Litecoin is better than XRP. No, they're going to use XRP. They're putting their money where their mouth is. This is not a Litecoin, a Bitcoin, an Ethereum treasury. It's not. It is an XRP treasury. I don't think it's ever been any clearer than at any point in time since I've been in this than it is right now. And with the other videos you're about to see, and I'm going to go on a live here in a little bit, you're going to see that, they're just screaming at us now if you're paying attention to what a government is doing, what these financial institutions are doing, what the blockchain companies are doing, what Ripple itself is doing, and it all points to the distributive ledger technology over at the XRP ledger. And none of it works without XRP, whether you're talking about stable coins, and there's more stable coins that have gone live on the XRP ledger recently. So this is a lot of activity, and all of it adds value to the blockchain. So for those of you who are always trying to FUD, or maybe you're impatient, asking when, I've been in it 7 years, and you know what? I still have it in my head, 2030 is the date. It may be 2028 because it does look like a lot of this is expedited now. But I do think that this is going to definitely enhance some retirements. It's going to make some people much more comfortable financially if they get into this. Some people may really actually become fairly rich. We'll see. But this is, to me, the single best investment opportunity in all 56 of my years. So take a look at it. Hopefully you can wrap your head around it. This is a big deal, guys. So we'll see you on the next one. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. Till next time, adios, amigos.